whenever you need to make a complex shape in a landscape drawing, it's likely that you'll want to use the polyline command. So let's draw a polyline. You can start it in a number of ways, and I'll just use this space over here. I'm drawing in colour red at the moment, and you can see a series of short line segments being drawn. I'll right click and close it. So there's a polyline drawn in red, and when I select it, notice the series of vertices around it. Now, you use a polyline whenever you're trying to create a shape that's flexible and sort of organic. For the sake of argument, in this instance here, the water has been drawn by a polyline. There's the polyline around delineating that water area. But similarly, the paving stones here have been drawn with a polyline, just 4 vertices or control points there, as is the background to the paved area. And I'd use the tools and draw order and send that to the back so the paving bricks stand out against the matrix. If I look at the seating along here, in this particular instance a rectangle, which is also a polyline, obviously with 4 sides, has been used to indicate the seating. If we look at the design for this fire pit, let's edit the block, and I click in here, can you see that quite a complex polyline has been used to indicate the log of wood. You probably don't need to do that. You can just do things like select this one and move it behind another one. So we could say tools and draw order, send under, say this object here. Now that piece of wood goes behind, so giving you the effect of stacking them up. I'll just select what represents the leg of the fire pit, and notice that its line weight's been set. I'm going to change that to by layer, but the polyline there has been filled with quite a light colour. I'm going to say it is going to have a border, and the border colour I'm going to set at, say, colour 251. Now you may just be able to see that the edge of it stands out. If we zoom in there, see the edge of the lug, and if we come, it stands out better than the edge of the lug here. So I'm going to use the modify match properties, pick up that one and match its properties over here, and match its properties down there. It just gives you a crisper look. And if we pick the polyline around the water shape there, you can see it has a border, and the border colour again is 251. If a polyline is closed, as is this one, you can apply a fill by simply saying yes, it's going to be filled in the colour. You could even change the transparency of that fill to 100, and there is the fill. I haven't got a border around it, but any one of these vertices can be moved. Not only can they be moved, but various curve fitting options can be applied. Here's a quadratic B-spline fit, but if you wanted the fit to go through each individual vertex, pick fit spline, and now the fitting moves through every one of those vertices. I'll escape from there. So to sum up, that's a 3-segment polyline there. Click it and all 3 segments are picked. The vertices are numbered from the first point, 0, 1, 2 and 3. If you close that 3 segments, this is the shape you get. You can apply curve fitting or B-spline. Don't forget that polygons, such as a 5-sided polygon and a rectangle, are all also polyline entities. A polyline in gCADPlus drawings can take many shapes. Here's an example of some steps leading up to a front entrance, and if I select the steps, you can see it's a polyline entity, and it has a colour and a border the polyline is filled, it is a closed polyline, and so it effectively demonstrates the step, shows you the dimension of the riser and the tread. So just because it's a polyline doesn't preclude you from applying dimensions as has been done here. To conclude this little survey of polylines and polyline entities, I'd like to pick this one and just show that if you let your mouse hover over a vertex, this is vertex number 2, I can insert a new vertex and keep repeating that. So that gives me fine control, in this case over quite a small area of the polyline. You also have options to set the current vertex, reverse the polyline. So let's take reverse polyline with that point 0, 1, so it's going in an anti-clockwise direction, and now 0 is here, 1 there, so it's now going in a clockwise direction. So you've got lots of tools to manipulate polylines. You can also hatch a polyline very, very easily.